depending on who we're dealing with, is going to trigger certain reactions in people.
Tonight, we are examining the future of policing and the training taking place across Massachusetts to protect the public and the men and women in uniform. Boston 25's Wale Aliyu has reported extensively on police reform. And Wale, tonight you're showing us what changes we can expect after a year of turmoil across America.
Yeah, Mark, the calls to reform policing have been going around for centuries, but really picked up steam over the last year with the murder of George Floyd. Tonight, we're speaking with one of the prominent voices here in Massachusetts and across the country in training police to deal with their own biases and triggers and the biases and triggers of those they come in contact with.
Third-degree murder.
George Floyd's murder.
Find the defendant guilty.
And Derek Chauvin's guilty verdict brought about many emotions from the community and from police.
And there's some folks that are saying, you know, this is an isolated incident, and to a certain extent, some of that's correct. But at the same time, if it happens at all, there's room for improvement.
When Harvard Police Chief Edward Denmark isn't serving his department, he's helping to train others. Part of the training is figuring out contextual cues when there is a lack of compliance.
Whether or not that lack of compliance is fear on their part, or that lack of compliance is them wanting to do us harm. If you were walking down the street and you were afraid of me and I said, hey, Wally, get over here, and you walked over, that's irrational. The thing to do if I'm really afraid of you is to go the other way.
The Chauvin case is now serving as a lesson for recruits and seasoned officers during their training. But that's just one part of the solution. Another is a Massachusetts 9-member Peace Officer Standards and Training Commission Governor Baker swore in this week.
There are some folks who feel like they already aligned to the community more, or some folks might feel like they aligned to the police more, because obviously there are some police on the post commission. I'm hoping that police do exactly what they've said. That is, if there's someone that does something egregious, that they too will vote to say this person's license should be removed. And so I'm hoping to see out of the post commission 9-0 votes.
We're supposed to be there to protect, yet people are afraid. That's a problem. And that's a problem that's on us. And I think that's my disappointment in the institution itself, is the defensiveness to not want to take on that responsibility and say, what is it that I'm doing, or what is it that we're doing that makes my public afraid of me? And how do we address that?
And Harvard's police chief is piloting a police training program for new recruits to really get them to think big picture at each scene they go to. It's all about mindfulness, thinking about, why am I here right now? What is the overall goal that I'm trying to achieve?
And Wale, you were telling us earlier, sometimes police fear the training won't be good enough.
Yeah, Mark, part of that is because of all the calls that we've been hearing of defunding police. They said there may be some validity to that. They have to have this conversation. It needs to be decided, what is the role of police? Are they there just to solve crime? Are they there to worry about homelessness, mental health issues, drug addiction? Without a clear focus, they say the training can get really difficult.
You can understand why that may happen, and we know you'll keep an eye on it moving forward.